Is it too late to buy? When's altcoin season? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you why I'd be buying into these altcoins right now and why I wouldn't be buying into some of the most popular altcoins out there right now. I'm also going to tell you how I've made nearly $210,000 in just the last few days by applying what I'm going to teach you in this video. By the end of this video, you're going to be able to understand exactly the coins you should be buying and the ones you should be waiting for pullbacks in. So hit the like button. Let's go learn something. Now, guys, I appreciate crypto is incredibly exciting right now, and you're all asking, should I be buying this? Should I be buying that? But you don't know which way to turn. And here's the problem that you're coming across. This is cryptobubbles.net, which shows you lots of excitement in the markets. Dogecoin pumping 28%, Kronos up 31%, and it's made even worse by the fact that a lot of YouTubers will be telling you about coins that are already pumping, rather than what I'm going to do and tell you about the coins that are going to pump next, where you can really make the most money. And that's what I do at the House of Crypto. So if you want to learn how to make as much money as possible, rather than just hearing about the hype and excitement in the markets, then make sure you're subscribed to the channel and I will teach you to fish rather than just giving you the fish that you don't really want to eat. Okay, so let me teach you that method and then let me tell you about the coins that I would be buying into right now. You see this? This is good for your ego, but it doesn't really help you make money in crypto. In fact, you're more likely to lose money by using this. But I'm going to show you some perfect examples of what is too late to buy right now, and then some perfect examples of what I would be buying and what I have been buying right now. So let's look first of all at Dogecoin. Up 28% today. If you got in on it early, then good for you. If you missed it, then don't worry, there's another one coming. So jumping across to Dogecoin, which is a meme coin, but remember, meme coins, gaming coins, DeFi, remember they're all going to move in this exact same way, and I'm going to teach you how to easily identify it. You see, I've drawn some lines here, and we're going to dissect what has gone on in Dogecoin and use this to apply to any chart you want. I promise you, by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly whether it's too late to buy Doge or not. I'm going to tell you right now, it's too late to buy Doge in this moment. Okay, whether Doge goes higher or not, who cares? We want to wait for pullbacks. Look, Doge's price is up here right now. We want to identify coins that are down here. But let me delete all this so that we can understand something. All coins across crypto that were around in February, March pumped nicely when the rest of the market was looking good. Then what did they do? They all pulled back like this, okay? And this is a very important thing to note. This is Sui. You can see it pulled back as well. See, this is Beam. You can see it pulled back perfectly. This is AOS. It pulled back in the exact same way. One's a D-pin, one's an AI coin. Meme coins did the same. DeFi coins did the same. So what we're looking for is a bounce and bounces that come off this line. Okay, should be able to draw these, and sometime around March, you can see of earlier in 2024, March or April, you can identify this. Now, this is tradingview.com. It's a free website. You can access this in the same way that I can. They'll try and sell you something, but you don't need to buy it. Okay, now once we identify this downtrend, you'll see that eventually we break beyond this line. Now, what do? Do we want to buy when it breaks this line? Okay, that's what lots of other YouTubers might be telling you to do, but you don't want to do that. Why? Because sometimes it breaks the line and then it comes back under the line and you don't want to be buying too early. So what we can do then is hold down this paintbrush and we can come down and we can get ourselves a arc. Okay, we can click then and notice the last big push that Dogecoin have off this line. Okay, look, it goes hard into this line, it breaks down. Draw your arc so that the top of the arc is in line with that most recent breakdown and drop it down. You'll see then that Dogecoin, along with every other coin out there pretty much, will make a nice rounded base pattern. Okay, it goes up and round, up and round. And look at this, it creates a top. Now, what you'll see is when it hits the top, it will pull back. But typically, after it pulls back, it's about to go higher. And this is why I have now trades worth $208,000 open in BeamX, Ondo, Aptos, and across on Bitunix, I have $42,000 in Aptos and BeamX right now. These are the coins that no one's that excited about. And this is, yes, trading, but it's the same thing if you're just buying on spot. So be patient and let's understand exactly why those coins might be better holds than some others out there that everyone's talking about. So what do we see? Once we get up to the neckline of this cup, okay, which was the last big push off this red line, you will see that we bounce in and we get a nice pullback. And in that pullback, we get a good entry. Okay, so if it's now trying to touch around this red line you can either get an entry around the red line or wait for it to have a little pullback. But eventually, this is going to happen. Now, some coins may have already broken beyond this red line, and guess what happens? Because they all do the same thing. Promise you, I'm going to show you lots of examples. It pulls back and it finds support, previous resistance, something where it can't go up anymore. It comes back down. This is resistance, and then it goes past this, and then it comes back and it finds support. This again gives us another perfect entry. Okay, understand this. Do you get the cup? It breaks, it comes back and finds the support, and then it goes. And Dogecoin in this point went up like 108%, which is massive because Dogecoin is one of the biggest coins out there. Now, you can see this pattern, right? We go down, we hit, we bounce, we make a cup, and then we bounce out, we come back for a retest. So is it too late to buy Doge? Probably yes. Dogecoin, you can see, is now running into resistance. How do I know where resistance is? Well, I can take this. This is called the Fibonacci extension tool, and you can go from top of the pump down to the bottom of the dip. Okay, we're talking at the bottom of the dip, around the last kind of body, the body of the candle, not the thin bit, the body of the candle. Now you can see it runs up to where? 1.618, golden ratio, Fibonacci's number. This is where we often see a pullback. You can see it hits the 1.618. We might get a pullback. That might give us another entry. But right now, don't buy Doge, okay? Who needs it? There's other coins. How about Sui? Is it too late to buy Sui? If you said yes, give yourself a slap, because it is potentially right now too late to buy Sui. And to all those people who are like, Sui's going to go much higher, you are absolutely right, sir. Mom, whoever is saying it. But the problem is, if you buy into these big coin pumps like this, chances are you get a pullback. Everyone right now is going, it's, going to go to $4. Maybe it does. Maybe instead of that, you buy it and tomorrow you wake up and it's back down here retesting the zone. The truth is you don't know. But down here, there is lots of coins that you know. Okay, so Sui does the same thing. It puts in a similar kind of like bounce, bounce, bounce. Okay, you can see it was a steeper fall and some others did that. Bounce, bounce, bounce. It then creates an area like a neckline. Now, I haven't really drawn this quite clearly. It probably should be up about here. Okay, Sui, anything in this kind of cup zone, I would say is a good buy right now. Whether or not we see a pullback tomorrow or not, it does not matter, because if these coins that are still down here pull back, you're not going to see anything dramatic. But these coins up here pull back, you can see some pretty tasty pullbacks, maybe 30% in a day or something else. And if you're wondering, the reason that these coins are in such big profit is because I've gone for 3x or 4x leverage. Now, I don't recommend that you necessarily use bigger leverage, but you could use 1.5 or 2x leverage if you are buying in the cup pattern, and then it's like having double the money. Then you get to see bigger gains. But if you're newer to leverage and you don't know how to use it, then don't worry. Just make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and over the course of the next few weeks and months, I'm going to teach you how to do it, because leverage can be very risky. Don't do it if you've not used it before. Now, one thing to notice with Sui, just as our example, you can see it breaks the cup pattern. It then goes all the way up here, and then it has a nice pullback from previous highs here. Okay, so Sui hit this highs around March. Most coins have a nice, healthy pullback. What you're looking for is after this pullback is little wicks towards the downside. Okay, so a candlestick pattern that looks like this, and then maybe you can buy somewhere in and around the zone, waiting for the next move. This is a very easy entry, okay? And now you understand a few things. You can buy somewhere in here. You can either buy after a pullback here, or you can just buy big green candles and get big red ones tomorrow because you can't control yourself. But that's what I'm teaching you not to do. Okay, enough of the ones that are too late. Dogecoin too late right now. Sui too late right now. If we get pullbacks, I will come to you in the future and tell you when it's good times to buy. I still hold a lot of Sui right now, and that's because in this video that I made back in September, I told you I was selling all of my Solana to buy Sui, and I did that when Sui was around $1. Remember? Because Sui was around this cup pattern. But now we want to find other coins that are in this cup pattern. And I'm going to show you loads of them. Okay, Render, a very decent deep in AI compute platform. There's also from compute rendering and lots of other things. A service that's massively in demand. A coin that's incredibly popular that last year saw it rally from down here all the way up about 34x. You can see though, since that time back in March, it pulled back, giving us the most perfect entry on a very popular coin that you have probably ever seen. Guys, look. We get the downtrend. We hit the bounce into that purple line. We bounce away from it. We then hit a nice low. We get a nice rounded bottom. Okay. And then guess what we can do? We can either wait for it to pull up into here and have a pullback, or to be honest, in my opinion, this is obviously not financial advice. Go away and do your own research, which hopefully you'll be able to do after watching this video, and identify that this is a nice area to buy any coin right now. Why? Because render, to go back to where it was back in March, is 128%. Okay, whereas Sui and Dogecoin and everything is above that right now. These coins will start pumping. They're just running a little bit later than the others. Okay, so don't worry so much. Render looks fantastic from here. We could see it bounce and see a retest like this, or we could just see it go straight up, bounce, and then go like that. But I do think very, very soon we're going to see render rallying very, very fast. Okay, render rallies very fast. It could sort of hit into here and have a bit of a pullback, who knows, and go up to the 1.618, which the 1.618 from render, we drop down from the body down here, would take us up to what? $19.4. So from the current price up to there, you've got like 220%. That can likely happen in the next couple of weeks. Okay, once Bitcoin starts to rally even harder and hits into Bitcoin dominance areas, we will see a big growth. And you're also protecting yourself should the market have a pullback, because we don't know whether that's going to happen yet. It's going to happen at some point. It's going to protect you because this is already lower down. Therefore, the pullback won't be so aggressive as it will be for some of the more pumped up coins. You see? Next up, EOS, another very popular coin, one I hold in my portfolio for sure. So what do we see? A very nice arc pattern. What can we see? We can see a nice big last push off this purple line before it drops down. We can draw our pattern from there. Okay, now we can see that actually EOS kind of goes interestingly around that. Okay, but you can see it's been breaking, trying to break. Eventually it does break, and it's messing around in this area. Eventually, EOS will run and break from this neckline. Guess what happens? It goes up much more aggressively than you've probably ever seen before, because it did this before. Look, last year it did that. It went up 79x. Okay, and if you were subscribed to the channel, you were catching some of those gains along with us from around 23 cents down here. Right now, to go back to those highs, 105%. These coins will move much faster. These are larger cap coins. Remember, path to altcoin season. Bitcoin, Ethereum, large caps run together. Then after that, you get the rest of the market pumping. But right now is the easy time to buy large caps that are going to make you guaranteed 2, 3, maybe even 5x, probably by Christmas. Okay, the EOSs, the renders of this world. So simple. Okay, stop buying the coins that everyone's like trying to get you to buy right now. Okay, I'm talking about the Suis, I'm talking about the Doges, the ones that are already up there. Okay, if you're holding them, fantastic. I hold them too. Okay, I'm still holding them. I'm just going to sit and wait because I'm already in profits on them. I'm happy to take profits. But if you want to find entries and you're wondering if it's too late, as soon as you ask yourself that question, you're usually right. It is too late. Next up, what do we got? Aptos. Okay, Aptos is an interesting one. It's one that I've got my trade open in. Okay, there's one trade here on Aptos, and then there's this one up 114 grand, which is pretty happy days. We can go back to Aptos. Again, what do we see? We see that kind of downtrend. Notice that we had a very steep one, kind of like we did with Sui, and then we present ourselves a pattern. What you're looking for is like 3 or 4 points, okay? Don't let it have 2 points. This is not a trend line, okay? You want to have it where it's hit at least 1, 2, 3 to be able to draw your trend line, okay? And that's going to give you an indicator of what you're looking for. You can then see the rounded base is perfect. You can see it comes back to retest twice. This was the most optimal entry point on Aptos and is one that I was looking for. That's how I managed to get into those positions there. Aptos, you can see, though, is sort of running into some resistance, but it will get up towards $19 at some point in the coming weeks, okay? It should do it. Why did it do it? Come across to DeFiLlama.com. Sui is pumping like crazy because the volume's good and the TVL is surging. Go across to Aptos. Volume not quite as impressive, but the TVL is also surging. It means all the projects building on Aptos are all massively up right now. No brainer, okay? So easy. So easy. There's a reason behind why it's pumping. The chart pattern supports it. Get involved. This is very easy, okay? But Aptos right now, you could get in, you'd be all right, but it would have been better to get in at $8, which is roughly around when we were talking about it. Ondo, real world assets, another coin that everyone is going to be talking about in just the next couple of weeks, but they're not talking about it right now because it's not up here yet. I say yet because it's going to get there. I promise you. Look at it, guys. This is a project that is backed by BlackRock. BlackRock is the biggest asset manager in the world with over $10.2 trillion of assets under management. They're already holding like 2.5% of the entire Bitcoin supply. This whole bull market is going to be linked to exactly what Larry Fink from BlackRock says. Ondo, look at it. Has a pullback. puts in a rounded base. It's broken that rounded base. Now, you could wait for it to maybe retest here, but ultimately, is it a bad time to buy Ondo? I don't think it's terrible, given that Ondo will get back up towards these highs, 64% gains, and then it's going to go on its merry way up towards kind of the next kind of pullback zone, which is the 1.618. Now, guys, I want to explain. These crypto coins won't stop at 1.618, but they will get to 1.618 and maybe see some pullbacks. Look, I've already showed you this with Doge. This is Sui. Let me show you with the Fibonacci retracement tool on this. You can go from this high down to that low, 1.618. You can see Sui running in to that 1.618 and stop breaking it. But I do promise you, you do start to see some resistance around these zones. Okay? What you're going to expect from Sui, maybe a retest of around $3 and then maybe a continuation. If it gets down to around $2.7 to $3 and you missed out and you really must hold it, then buy it after that. But don't buy it when it's doing this. Okay? Be patient. You will learn so much just by doing this. So after we hit that 1.618, we do see a good chance of a pullback, but then we will continue to rally along with the markets. Okay, so we see a pullback, we then retrace probably to the previous resistance area, and then we can run. And then we might do things like this on the way up. This is a very key point. This can give us an indicator where we might want to consider thinking about taking profits or not, as the case may be. And as you go, you know, just remember, pullbacks can be healthy. Wait for pullbacks to buy in, and you're going to be much better off. Sui, I think, will go significantly higher. My price prediction for Sui, well, currently market cap around $10 billion, just shy of 10 billion. Can it go towards $60 to $80 billion? I don't see why not if the bull market rages on. That from here is maybe towards like a 6 to 8x. This is something else as well, right? This is now very good returns if you were getting in early when we were talking about it on the channel. But you might be like, well, I don't want to risk buying the top of green candles for a 6 to 8x. Okay, smart. You're starting to think sensibly. You don't want to start putting massive risk into coins that have already seen those pumps. You get me? But for those of us who bought in at like a $4 billion market cap, now we're looking towards like a 20x, okay? Because we're already up several X's. Do you get me? Okay, so we're looking good. Superverse. Superverse is later on in this cycle. You can see it's run back up into these highs. And now this is the second point at which people could have entered, where it's run into those previous highs. It's had that healthy pullback. That's your second entry. If you can't enter down here, that's the second entry that's acceptable. Now is not a good entry because it's running into resistance. Okay, next up, BeamX. Fantastic crypto coin. This is ranked number 74 on CoinMarketCap, and I'll show you why this is a good one to be looking at right now. Again, because of this pullback, because of this rounded base. It's a gaming project. It's a gaming ecosystem project. There's like 30 different games building on BeamX right now. It was one of the top performers back until March, and then it had a nice cool off, and now people will start to talk about this again once it starts to get running, and you can see back to those highs. The move is up 110%. Okay, BeamX, very, very obvious play in my opinion. Anyway, so far I've only taught you the kind of coins that I'm looking at, and I'm going to teach you how to find the coins that I'm looking at for yourself. Now, it's important that you understand there's different narratives in crypto. These are kind of like niches, or if you're American, niche. And this is going to allow you to understand that there are going to be ones that are likely going to outperform other coins in this market. Meme coins seem to have been popular and will continue to run quite well, particularly the bigger market cap meme coins. Dogecoin is showing you that right now. Shiba Inu has been running well. So go after the bigger meme coins. They're safer. Now, what else? Gaming, AI, real world assets, deep in. CoinMarketCap is telling you that these are the trending ones. And we already told you this all through the year, right? But click on AI, for example. Come down below. Go and look at some of these bigger coins with the bigger market caps. And then go and see how they fit via the chart patterns we've talked about. So, for example, Tau Potenza. Let's have a look. Come across Tau Potenza. Tau Potenza, you can see I've already drawn the chart pattern on here for you. You can see that we had that nice healthy pullback. As we did, we then created that neckline. As to be expected, you can see it's broken the neckline. Now, are we too late? I would like to maybe find an entry should it pull back to around $530 and then see that. Tau Potenza might be a little bit kind of in between right now. Okay, let's go back. Near Protocol. Let's go have a look. Near Protocol. Has it pulled back aggressively since March? Yes. I would say that pullback was around 65%. Healthy. Draw our line. Okay, our rough kind of line through all of these kind of different dips and whatever. I get it, guys. You know, it's not completely 100%, but close enough to a lot of these tops. You can see that we're about to try and break this trend here. But before we just say, oh, well, it's going to break the trend, does it have the rounded base that we wanted? arc, build our arc across. Do we have some form of a rounded kind of base coming in? I would say that's near enough a rounded base. Near protocol looks like it's a reasonable entry somewhere in this kind of red zone to go back up here, okay? To go back up here and continue on the upside. Obviously, go and understand more about these projects before you ape in, okay? Near protocol. There's a reason that Near protocol is the biggest market cap AI coin there, because it's a top quality project, okay? You can go and look at the same, Internet Computer, Render, you can see on the list, we've already talked about that, and a lot of other ones. AOS down here, very, very straightforward, okay? These are all top quality projects. That's how they've got bigger market caps in the AI. This is how you're going to find some good gains. Pretty easy, right? Okay, next up, have a look at real world assets, bigger market cap, real world asset coins. Ondo, we've already talked about. Go and have a look at some of these, see how they shape up on those chart patterns. Guys, hopefully you're starting to understand something here. This is not very difficult. You should be able to now draw those chart patterns I've talked to you about. Now you don't have to worry whether it's too late or not. Now you should know for yourself, and hopefully by now you've learned something that maybe you haven't learned before. So if you have, please do me a favor, because it really helps me out more than you know. Okay, leave a like button. Let me know down below which coin you might be buying into. Now, I appreciate a lot of you are newer to crypto and you don't really know how to identify different coins and all these different things. That's absolutely fine. And if you want to join a hive mind of other individuals who have become crypto experts themselves by learning off of each other, then consider joining the inner circle, which is linked down below, and just $20 per month. Well, you can see I've already been explaining this concept that I've talked about today. Also, I talk about coins in here before I go and talk about them on my YouTube channel, which is important because these guys get early access to some of the coins that I'm talking about. They're also able to access live trades that come from our trading experts, and I'm going to also start putting some of my trades in here as well so that you can go and access the trades that I'm taking on a weekly basis. There's a discussion group of meme coiners who are all sharing their favorite meme coins, and some of these guys have been making an absolute killing on the different memes they've been buying. There's wallet tracking and so many other things, all for just $20 per month. Linked down below in the description is the what page, which will bring you across here, and then you can go and join up here. And if you join with crypto, you also get a 5% discount. Now, guys, if you made it this far through the video, thanks very much for supporting the channel. Let's look forward to some really decent gains this bull market. Remember, stay calm. You don't need to rush anything in this game. Don't rush because you will get burned. Keep cool and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow in another video. Bye-bye.